back to my channel, Pretty Inspired Decor. My name is Shelley and I'm just thrilled you're back today to watch two really simple DIYs for an upcoming video I'm going to do. It's a collaboration video and you'll see more about it. It'll actually go up on May the 11th. And I'm working with Suli, who I just adore, and Shells as well, so it's going to be lots and lots of fun. But before I do that, because there's a limited amount of time that we have for that video, I thought there's a couple of things I really wanted to create, because of course Suli is so creative and so artistic. I thought I better up my game a little. And what I've done, because I bought these candles some time ago on clearance. Believe it or not, these Mirage candles, two of them were $10, like, because they were on clearance. I can't even fathom why they were that inexpensive. These Mirage candles are actually battery powered candles, and you'll notice that they're just white. And so, you know me, I can't just leave things alone. So I've decided that rather than paint all four, I'm actually going to just start with these two, and I'm going to keep it really pretty and really glittery. So I actually began this project last night. And for this project, you will need some Mod Podge. I happen to have, I bought this a number of years ago. I don't even know if anybody carries it anymore. I bought it at Michael's. It's a glitter shaker set. I really like it because it, you know, when you're working with glitter, you kind of get it all over the place. As you can see, when I started last night, I've got glitter everywhere. So these two candles, as I said, I've already got them started. And this one already has 2 coats and is just waiting for a final coat of Mod Podge to seal it. And this one only has 1 coat. So because the process is exactly the same, I thought you could see how they're, you know, what I've done already, and just watch me put a final coat of glitter on this and then a final coat of just Mod Podge on that to seal the glitter in. Because if you take a look, it is a little messy, and the glitter, you know, doesn't necessarily stick until you put that final coat on. So all I do is I just use one of these little foam brushes, and I try to get it on in a fairly thin layer. So you'll notice that it's very, very thin, and I try to get the lines out, the brush lines out as I'm going. So you'll notice I just started at the top, work my way down a little bit. And again, you got to keep it, you know, as thin as you can. If you just sort of wipe down, it does stay thin. It's so, so easy. Mod Podge about down to here. All I do is pop open my glitter and go to town. You know, really, could not be easier. Simple, 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 and pretty. You know, if you're planning a wedding, I know when both of our daughters were married, we did a lot of DIY. My youngest daughter actually made her own brooch bouquet, which was so pretty. She made the bouquet for both her and her sister. And you know, they were stunning. And we made all the centerpieces for both weddings. And you know, of course I didn't have a YouTube channel, so I obviously don't have any way for you to see them. But you know, it's not hard to do your own decor, and you can save a lot of money, especially if you have the time to do your own DIYs. Now, my youngest daughter, she and her husband decided that they were going to get married, I think it was in April, and they got married on July the 12th. So when I tell you that we all worked extremely hard, because they actually got married in our backyard when she was a little girl. She told us she was going to get married in our backyard, and my husband and I both said to her, no, you're not. And sure enough, because she tends to get her way, she got married in our backyard. And you know, we had to do a whole lot of gardening to make the garden look beautiful, and then do all of our DIYs. But you know what? The magic happened. It was pretty, and you know, we were able to pull off a wedding in that short amount of time. Whereas our eldest daughter, we had over a year to plan for that wedding. So, you know, she and I, we spent a lot of weekends making really pretty things and having a lot of fun making DIYs as well. So, you know, it's so much cheaper if you make your own things. If you have friends that'll help you out, and luckily, you know, for us, in both weddings, we had family and friends who were wonderful. So, you know, again, making your own stuff isn't hard. If you take a look at this, wouldn't that be a beautiful centerpiece? You know, with some candlesticks that you can then take home and use later, with a little DIY flower in the middle and just some ribbon around it. I mean, really, there's no reason why you can't have stunning and beautiful for not a whole lot of money and then be able to reuse your decor or sell it. So why not, you know, be creative, have fun, and really take a lot of pride in what you do. Because I only do easy DIYs. You know, as my husband would say, I'm a shopper. I like to buy things that are already done, but I'm not ridiculous. I know that, you know, if I can make something, or if I find something and it just doesn't quite work, you know, because, you know, I like pink. So if I find something in colors and I think, I can do that. There's the second coat. It's done. The one thing that's nice about working with a candle like this, you've got something on both ends you can hold on to. But look at, really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. Done. I will leave that set for, you know, a good 12 to 24 hours before I add the next phase. And my next phase is what I'm going to do with this one. And this is even easier because you don't have to use any glitter. You just take your Mod Podge, and I won't do the whole candle this time. You just take your Mod Podge, and again, in a very thin stroke, just seal the glitter on, and it's done. Like, so easy, so pretty, like absolutely adorable. I love them. And you know, they're a really nice touch on, you know, like, as I said, a wedding table, or even if you like to do tablescapes like I do, even on your tablescape to add a little, you know, glitter and a little bit of fun. Again, notice, I'm just doing really light, a really light coat. And when this dries, all that will be seen through it is the glitter. That's it. All right, I will finish this off camera, but let's take a look at this really pretty turntable tray that I bought. Look at it turns. Won't my grandbabies love that, sitting at the table? Like, they'll just get a big kick out of watching this thing turn around. And I'm sure they're both going to want to turn it, and our Ayla's probably a little bit too little, but I know our Teddy, he'll be able to turn it, and he'll have a lot of fun just looking at it glittering. And of course, when these candles are lit, and I don't really have it in there strong right now because I'm waiting for it to dry, as you know, you know, it'll pick up the light, the flickering light, and it'll be oh so pretty. I'll show you what I mean when they're dry. I'll be right back with my second one. My next DIY is a faux flower arrangement. Now, we grow a lot of peonies in our yard, and in the summer, actually in June, I love to have fresh peonies in the house. But because peony season is so short, I also like to have faux peonies. And if you watched my first video in the series, and even my second, you'll see that I have decorated with a lot of faux peonies. And so let me just show you the process I go about making my own arrangements. Sometimes I buy them, but you know, often I just make my own, and so that I can repurpose the flowers and other things. So I went to Michael's after Easter, and I bought this really pretty Easter basket. I love the colors of my pinks and my greens, and I'm just going to use that as my container. Inside of it, I have a number of these sort of blocks that you can buy. I buy mine at the Dollar Tree, and they're just foam blocks that are meant for flower arranging. I also have these ones that you can wet. Obviously, I'm not going to wet these ones, but I use whatever I have on hand, and I happen to have green ones in this one, but it doesn't matter what color you use, really. I just chose to use green. And I'm going to use peonies, a variety of colors. I bought these peony stems when they were 50% off. And then I think I might use some of these roses. I'm not sure if I'll use them or not, but they're here. And I also really want to use these. I think they're pretty and they're interesting. And I only have 2 stems, so I'm going to have to make them work. So, and of course I also have these leaves. Now when I do my own flower arranging in June with my peonies, I also use hosta leaves to sort of go around the vase to really make the peonies stand out pretty. So I thought I would try to do something similar for this look. So let me get started with these. And again, I've got my really good Michaels wire cutters. I just love them because they're so easy to use. I find that the ones that my husband has, I just find that they're so hard on my hands, or so hard to squeeze, whereas these were clearly meant for crafters and they work beautifully. I know I told you in my last video that my husband likes them so much that he wanted to know where he could get a pair, and he was surprised when I said Michaels. So there you go. So I just take these and I just sort of place them around. You know, which way you put them. I think I'm going to turn them this way, actually, because they'll be surrounded by peonies. Sort of pop them in. You don't have to add, you know, a ton, but I do like to get a base going to make it pretty. Pop them in, spread them out a little bit. I'm going to get away with 1 stem. You know, these stems are, even when they're on sale, they're not, you know, inexpensive. So I'm going to make it work, even though I probably would have liked to have more than 1 stem. But, and I do have another stem, but I want to use it for something else. So I'm just going to make this work. And, you know, for those of you who do your own flower arranging, whether it's real flowers or faux flowers, I mean, I'm not a florist. I go to floral shops and look to see what they do, and they always do wonderful things, right? They just do such pretty things, and sometimes, you know, I'll watch them do demonstrations. There is a florist here in town who does demonstrations, and I love to watch her. She does things on Facebook, and you know, she's really good at what she does, and she does a lot of wedding type things, and I like to watch her. She certainly doesn't, you know, naturally believe in using faux flowers, but that's okay. You know, I understand that if you're a florist, you want people to use real flowers, and I like to use real flowers too. But if I want it to last, then obviously I'm going to use some faux as well. So as you can see, I have my base. Now whether they all stay there or not, I don't know. I've just sort of added them all around. Now I'm going to take my peonies and I'm going to pop them in. Cut them out and start popping them in. They're just so pretty. So pretty. I try to keep, you know, as many of the leaves on as I can. Do an arrangement this large. I'm going to actually put this on the center of my table. So, you know, I know I need a fair number of flowers to make the magic happen. You'll notice I'm trying to mix up the lighter pink with the darker pink. So that is about a half a bunch. And then I know I will need this whole bunch to finish this arrangement off. You know, you could obviously do these with any flowers. I've done them with faux roses. As I said, we did the faux peonies for one of my daughter's weddings, and we added some floral spray in them so they smelled like peonies. No one knew that they weren't real peonies. Even the venue said to us, "Oh my word, those are absolutely gorgeous arrangements. Who did your flowers?" And I just laughed and I said, "We did." And he, you know, the golf club went, "Wow." So there you go. You can do your own and you can make them look, because florals, real florals can be very, very expensive. Excuse me, very, very expensive. And you know, that daughter certainly had real flowers for herself and for the boutonnieres and for her bridesmaid and that sort of thing. But again, you can make all of this work by using a mixture of faux and real. Because she got married in July, she had to have some faux flowers inside of her own bouquet because she wanted peonies. I mean, that's what she wanted. So the only way to have it done for them to, you know, look nice, the florist said, "I'm gonna have to put some faux stuff in there." And again, no one knew. They were just so, you know, her real bouquet had some faux in it, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So let me finish putting some flowers in and I'll be right back. So when I stepped back and I looked at it, I didn't like how the greenery was laying, so I've actually flipped them around and now am turning the faux. I'm actually flipping the exact opposite way that I showed at the beginning. So, you know, like everything else you do when you're making crafts, you just take a look and you decide if that's what you like. And now I have to decide how many more peonies I'm going to put in. I do have one more here. And the container is, I'm going to say 7 inches by 7 inches square. I think that's pretty. And then I'm going to take these to give me some height and a little bit of dimension, I think. Again, we'll see once I cut them up. I may not like them when I get them in, but I think I will. I think I'll just add that little bit of extra bit in there. I'm watching other YouTubers do their thing for summer, and oh, I'm so jealous of all of the lemon decor that they're doing, but yellow really doesn't work in my decor, and I think, should I switch it up? And I know at the end of the day, you know, again, storage is always an issue, right? If I go to something brand new and very, very different, where am I going to put it all? And at the end of the day, am I going to still wish I had my pinks out? And I know me well enough, and I know, you know, my family well enough that they'll say, "Mom, like, where's the pinks?" Because that's just what I do. And so I thought about it, really thought about it, because I love what people are doing. But I thought, you know what, just do me, because, you know, just do me, because that's what I do. I just do me. I really never worried about trends before. I just have always, you know, been interested in my own thing, and that's what I do. One more of these and that'll be done. Again, another one would have been nice. My husband's looking at me because I know he's thinking she's probably going to run to Michael's and buy another one, but I don't think I will. I think this will be good. This is really, really ready to go on the center of my table. Wouldn't this be nice for Mother's Day? You know, I'm not the only mother. I have 2 daughters who have my precious grandbabies. So they will likely all be here for Mother's Day. I don't know yet. And, you know, we celebrate together, and they shouldn't have to worry about doing all of the work either. Usually my husband and my son-in-laws, they get together and, you know, they do something creative for dinner. And it's always interesting because, you know, I'm happy when anybody cooks other than me. So I don't think I'm going to add any of these roses because I don't think I need them. You'll have to tell me what you think. Anyway, I'll pop it on the table and you can tell me what you think. Well, I did add that second bunch of flowers after all of peonies, so I actually have 2.5 bunches of peonies in here. When I looked at it, I thought I just wanted to add some sort of coming out from the greens. So I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Yes, I know it's over the top and it's, you know, part of my maximalist look, but look at how pretty that looks on my table. It's so gorgeous. Obviously, I would have to move it if I had people over for dinner, but what a wonderful thing to have sitting on the table to greet my guests when they come into my kitchen. I just think it's so, so pretty and so, so summery and so, so what I love in my home. Again, this whole floral arrangement, because I got everything, you know, at least 50% off. All of my florals are 50% off, and I have to be honest, I'm a senior, so I get to use my 10% senior coupon as well. And then Michael's had all of their Easter stuff on for 80%, and that's how I got that basket. And then the floral foam in the inside is, you know, just from the Dollar Tree. So I think in total, this would have cost just a little over $30, and you certainly cannot get a large bouquet like that of real flowers for $30. And I can pull it apart and I can repurpose it for other crafts later or for other bouquets, which is really what I love to do. You know, this morning I checked my YouTube channel and one of my viewers said she'd like to see my storage, and I just kind of giggled and I thought, oh, well, I kind of have storage all over the place, as my husband knows. Everything is well organized and labeled in Rubbermaid bins, and of course, you know, I'll get to that at some point and try to show you that, but right now I'm kind of busy doing, you know, my interior decor, and then we got to get outside because I can hardly wait to get into my summer garden. So if you have not already done so, I would love it if you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up because you know that I like it, and share this video with people who love decor as much as we do. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and please come back on May the 11th where you'll see what I'm going to do with this really pretty bouquet and with my other DIY in the collaboration I am doing. It has to be up at 6 a.m. Oh my goodness, on May the 11th. So until next time, bye-bye.